Hello everybody, I am Sally and this is my Meet the Alters video. I'm sorry if it's a little bit loud. There is a neighbour doing some work in the garden. Unfortunately, it can't be avoided. Possibly Chloe will be able to take that noise out a little bit with some moving magic after this, but we will have to see. So yes, my name is Sally. Some of you may recognise me from the video that I did all about alters, part 3 I believe it was, all about animal alters. That was me with Amira co-conscious most of the way through. So I guess this video is just to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm technically a protector. I guess really I'm more of a caretaker, like an emotional protector. I help Chloe especially. I'm mainly one of the ones who deals with the outside world. I front relatively regularly, and we have other alters who deal with looking after people on the inside, whereas I look after Chloe, for example, on the outside. For example, sometimes Chloe can get herself into a little bit of a state, and previously in the past when there have been breakdowns or very severe depressive states, fits of crying, self-harm, pulling out her hair, I have been able to take that pain away for her and front if necessary, or just repeat soothing things. She used to call me baby before I told her that my name was Sally, before she even really knew that I was a person. It's interesting looking and talking to a camera lens, but knowing that there are people behind it, essentially. I kind of like to imagine it like I'm looking through a laptop screen or something, to whoever's watching on the other side. So forgive me if I'm a little bit awkward, this is still new to me. Chloe, she used to know me as baby because I used to repeat that to her. Even last night, it's just generally things, if I'm not able to front, would be like, you're doing so well and it's okay baby, it's okay baby. You've got this baby, you're doing really well sweetheart, don't worry, you're okay, you've got this, keep going baby, don't give up baby, you've got this. Things like that. The kind of things that I guess if you're in a state like that, you need to hear, but not in a condescending way, because she knows that I'm 100% honest about it and I don't lie. If I have to, I will leave out information, but I would never lie. I guess I'm similar to Jade in that regard, and I know that Jade has already done her Meet the Alters video, and I guess this will be the second one. So yes, what else is there to know about me? I have blonde hair, curly wavy blonde hair, which comes down to around here-ish, so just kind of upper boob area is the length of my hair. I have freckles, I have pale skin, yellow undertone, pale skin, so not very pink undertone like our body skin tone is, but yellowy pale. I have green eyes, lots of freckles, many freckles. I'm a lot taller than this body, I'm around 5'7" I think. I am slender, a little bit more slender than this body is. I have a longer neck than this body, a smaller nose, probably a similar mouth, to be honest. My favourite colour is yellow. A lot of people in our system and outside of our system seem to relate me with sunshine. I've heard a lot, not just on this channel, but generally, of me being the human embodiment of sunshine, which is very sweet, but I don't think that's quite accurate, but it's nice to hear all the same. I'm quite a homely person. I like to think I'm quite a calm person, a warm person. I look after the littles a lot. I really enjoy gardening in the inner world. I don't think we've ever done gardening really in the outside world, so goodness knows how good I'd be at it in this body, but I have the knowledge for it, at least in terms of how it works in the inner world. And I have a garden in the inner world. My favourite flowers are baby's breath, and I like to grow lavender because that's Chloe's favourite and also one of my favourites. I'm also very fond of buttercups, and I know that weeds and dandelions and things like that aren't really what people generally choose to be a favourite flower, but I am quite keen on buttercups. I like... Oh, it's hard when someone tells you to, tell the group about yourself, and you're always like, I like to sit in my rocking chair, I read and I journal a lot. I write poetry in the internal world. I don't in the external world. That's generally Chloe who writes poetry in the external world. Usually in terms of heartbreak or depression or abuse is what she writes about. I don't think she's ever shared any of her poems, but I quite like them. I think that they're different, unique and intense. I often sit in what's known as my living room, but really it's the living room, in my rocking chair, and I will journal by the fireplace, and there will usually be some of the littles at my feet wrapped in a little blanket, and I'll tell them stories before they go to bed. I don't usually leave the inner world house, so I don't communicate with Jade very often, or I'm on a first name basis with Gregory, but I know him better than I know Jade. But as I said, I don't really leave the house that often. Most of my interactions are in mansion. A lot of people tend to ask, what do you like to do when fronting? I really, really enjoy reading. I like to practice calligraphy. Not that I'm any good at it, but I do like to try my best. I find it calming. I like to play with ink. I really enjoy watching videos of wax seals. You know, when people mix different colour wax and they use a wax stamp and seal like a letter with these multicoloured wax seals. I find that so satisfying to watch. I like appreciating nature. I guess I'm similar to Nadia in that sense of that I could just sit and look out this window for hours and just look at the birds and the sun, the sky and the colour. Just think about what it means to be human. I don't necessarily think I'm a deep thinker, not in the same way Chloe and Nadia are, or even Jade is, but I think that I have some immediate sense of I don't know, mythical wisdom. I'm told that things I say are quite wise, but I never really have to think about it too deeply. I just say what comes from my heart, and to a lot of people that seems to mean a lot. So that's something that I know will never change about myself. My favourite season is spring, closely tied with summer. I don't generally do makeup. When I do makeup, it's usually very minimal. Chloe did this makeup today, which I actually really like. I think it's very autumnal and very sweet, and I like the more sweet look rather than the edgy look that Jade and Chloe and Nadia seem to prefer. But we all share this body now, so as long as we're trying to keep it as healthy as possible, then that's what matters to me. I will often make sure that we have eaten enough, drunk enough. I'm not as good as I should be with taking medicine, but I do try and remind the body as often as I can that we do need to take our medicine. I know that I have been around probably from the age of around 15, possibly before that. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. I'm not sure if it even matters. I'm here now and I've been here for a long time. Or it feels like a long time. 7 years, a long time. Oh, I'm an age slider. I move between the ages of 24 and 27. Currently I'm 27. And this is who I am. I'm here to keep us safe, to keep us calm, to keep us gentle, and to make sure that we don't assimilate the trauma and the horror that we've experienced in the world into a bitterness, because I know none of us would want that. Not really. It's the other protector's job to keep us solid, to keep us protected, but it's my job to keep us soft and gentle. As long as that's at the right time. You can't be soft and gentle all the time. It's not safe, but when needs be, I'm here to make sure that we keep that aspect of who we are. Because we're all gentle, really. Even Ruby. Even Ruby. I mean, she essentially raised Jade. She's sweet. She wouldn't like me saying that at all. But I'm so proud of how far everybody's come. I really am. And I don't think that our system would have made as much progress with communication and collaboration as we have if it wasn't for the support that we've received through DissociaDID. DissociaDID. It's a play on words, isn't it? Dissociated. Dissociated, DissociaDID, DissociaDID, DissociaDID. So thank you for that, and your support and your interest and your humility really does help us more than you know. So yes, that's me. And if you have any questions for me, please do leave them in the comments. I will be looking at these comments on my first video, I suppose. And thank you so much for listening to what I have to say, and thank you for your support and your love. And I guess I need to do that outro that we do with the little kiss. So all my love to everybody watching, and goodbye.